What is happening? Welcome to the Plus Pitch Podcast, more pitching podcast from pitcherlist.com. My name is Nick Pollock. Today is April 9th. And yes, we are going to talk about baseball. For those who get the SP Roundup pun, I'm proud of you. I am so proud of you keeping the Shane thing. That is from The Bachelorette, believe it or not, that I watched for the first time last summer. But Shane Smith is the lead, and what do we have to say about this guy? My gosh, 6 innings, 0 runs, 2 hits, 1 walk, and 6 Ks, 83 pitches thrown. This was against the Guardians. I was not super high on this one. Why? Because Shane Smith really showed fatigue. After around 50-55 pitches in his first outing, has a really good changeup. The slider is well spotted, but it's not really the most overwhelming one. And I was a little concerned that we wouldn't see a good pitcher essentially until maybe mid-May or so. But this was lovely. And also 94 in the four-seamer, not as hard as we normally see because it really did drop massively. The slider also just is like not quite there. It's all just, we're close. I just need to see multiple weeks of Shane Smith being good, really. I really don't think we're going to see that. I just think that he's going to be fatigued, as he was in this one, and it's going to hurt him a lot. He had a lot of help from Koufax in this one, but I generally dig it. I mean, that changeup is really good. You know this. He locates a four-seamer well. I wish the slider was just a little bit better, but yeah, that's Shane Smith. If you want to hold on to it, by all means, but I think you're going to get burned a little bit. We have Tarek Skubal. Ace is going to ace. Good stuff there. You have Framber Valdez, who was under the weather in Seattle, and he destroyed it. And the changeup had 70% strike, so that's really cool. You have Nick Lodolo, 6 innings, 0 runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 3 strikeouts against the Giants. Once again, a low strikeout total for Nick Lodolo, but I think he's just getting his groove, honestly. I think he's just going to get better as he keeps going. 6 total pitches to left-handers meant that the curveball, once again, wasn't as devastating for strikeouts as we've seen in the past. But yeah, I like to see that the changeup is getting outs. And that's really the main reason for the low strikeout rate, is that he's getting the fewer 2-strike counts with that changeup ending at bats really, really well early in the at-bat. Easton Lucas is a guy, and I'm surprised by it, because I'm surprised he was also up to 82 pitches, 5.1 innings of 0 runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts in the very cold temperatures of Boston. In Fenway, got the win here. He has a four-seamer from the left side with 18 inches of vert. And he really located that thing super well to the right-handers. Upstairs and inside really well. The sweeper avoided the hard plate to the left-handers. He had some nice changeups to right-handers. He wasn't really making too many mistakes. It looks like it's a hard four-seamer to square up. It's kind of like Valentine Francis in this way, but from the left side, it's always a little bit harder. Yeah. That's kind of cool. He gets the Orioles next, but then he gets the Mariners. So I don't feel like you need to chase the Orioles one now. I don't feel like everyone's just going to be adding Easton Lucas. But it's kind of cool. There might actually be something here, believe it or not. It does seem like the Jays are not really too enthused by Max Scherzer either. Ben Lively against the White Sox opposite Shane Smith. Well, he went 5 innings and 0 runs because he isn't that bad. If his heater was like 93 and not 89... we'd be really, really in on Ben Lively, I think. But unfortunately, the 7 extension, the good vert, the low attack angle, all of that really just leads to hopefully weak balls in play. And Koufax was there helping him out against the White Sox. So good job there streaming Ben Lively for those who did. Kyle Hendricks also came through as a stream against the Rays because the Rays aren't very good, and it's 5 innings, 0 runs here. 51% changeups from Hendricks is lovely to see. That's his best Logan Webb impression. It's not really that surprising. It used to be, 40%, but 51%, more than half. It's pretty cool. I always dig that. Luis Dog Castillo against the Astros, 5 innings, 0 runs, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 6 because he's got, T-Mobile Park and the T, essentially, right? That is helping here as it was in Seattle. I mean, it was him throwing a ton of four-seamers and sinkers. He threw 44% strikes on his 16 changeups plus sliders. Oh boy, that is not something that I want him to do constantly, and I'm still a little bit weirded out by Castillo, and I feel like this isn't going to go well later on, but Hey, we're having maybe the reverse season of him actually doing okay early, but then I'm concerned about later. Whoa. Pablo Lopez versus Cole Reagans was everything we wanted it to be, except Pablo Lopez left the fifth inning early with a hamstring injury. I hope he's okay. He was looking so good. He was finally spotting his sweeper. Ah, man. On the other side, pew 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 with Cole Reagans getting a golden goal, 18 whiffs and 41% CSW. 6 innings and 1 run, 4 hits, 0 walks and 11 strikeouts. 9 for 21 whiffs on the changeup. Oh man, 52% CSW on that pitch is just so good. And the curveball had 8 for 17 strikes. He doesn't have a cutter anymore. He stopped throwing it. Why? No, it's so good. Look, I know it's crazy. Like, I'm critical because Cole Reagans destroyed, even though he went 2 pitch, really. It was 4-seamer and changeup. I mean, the slider, again, had some moments in here. But I don't know. What made me so obsessed with Cole Reagans was that he was a unicorn with 5 pitches he could command at 96 plus with the fastball, right? Like, that's what made me so excited. And we haven't seen that, but obviously, whatever. Pew, pew, pew. He's amazing. I love him. Landon Roop did everything you want, mostly. Not everything. 6 innings, 1 run, 7 hits, 0 walks, 4 Ks against the Reds. 4 for 16 strikes against with the changeup, as he mostly used it against lefties. He faced more lefties this time, which is also why we saw the cutter appear. But yeah, the curveball didn't miss as many bats as we normally see. He didn't face as many righties, etc. I think he's still figuring it all out. He has command things to polish here. But yeah, Roop has strikeout ability, and I think he's generally hard to hit. So I'm still digging this. I mean, he's against the Phillies next. I think you just kind of keep rolling with it. Garrett Crochet against the Jays, 5.2 innings of 1 earned run. That's a Philly. Oh, man. 5 hits, 4 walks, 5 Ks. He sat 95, and then he fell really badly as the start went on velocity wise. And also only 6.7 feet of extension is not good. He's supposed to be like a 7.2 boy. Like, we've talked about Crochet teaching me, oh man, if you have extension and you throw hard, that's great. And you can't be doing this. Yeah, this was harrowing, except, oh right, it was like low 30s in Boston last night. I hate that I have to like keep mentioning the weather, but it's been cold, guys, and that affects velocity and guys thriving. So you just gotta like move on. You know, we can't be. It's not always an injury here early in the season with that cold weather. You have Sonny Gray against Pittsburgh, 5 innings, 1 run, 3 hits, 0 walks, 4 Ks. It was a really bad sweeper, and also it was sitting 91, 982, and he still made it work. It was Pittsburgh, but you know, props to Grades for making it work when you know, things weren't going perfectly. Freddie Peralta against the Rockies in Coors. He always does well in Coors. I don't know why. 5 innings of 1 run, 3 hits, 3 walks, 6 Ks. He just had a ton of 4-seamers, and he barely touched his breaking stuff. And that's it. There you go. Love it. Shane Baz, 7 innings, 200 runs, 3 hits, 4 walks, and 6 Ks. He's still doing really well. The curve with the 4-seamer are still an amazing 1-2 punch. He didn't quite nail it in some at bats. That's why you have these 4 walks, but I don't think he was unruly, you know. So we're happy there, but the slider is really bad. The slider is not looking good. He didn't have like the best changeups to lefties, and I feel like if Shane Baz were to unlock something else in there, then all of a sudden he's a top 20 pitcher or something like that. So that's really fun. All right, we have other guys to talk about. We have Clay Holmes and Jameson Taillon. And, oh, man, who is the new ace of the Orioles? Oh, gosh, we'll talk about all of that after this break. Connor Gillespie, 4 innings of 2 runs. And, yeah, let's just not. I know there's some, like, interesting elements, but 0 for 23 whiffs on that sweeper for Gillespie in this one. Gillespie. I'm so sorry. Jameson Taillon gave us a poor quality start against Texas. That's all we like. He gets the Padres next. We hope that that's okay. You know, yeah, that's really it. Merrill Kelly, same kind of idea. He got a poor quality start against the Orioles. This is pretty much who he is. He had a sub-1 whip as well. And hopefully a win next time out. But that's what Merrill Kelly is. Jeffrey Springs had a really bad first inning, so there's no sunshine and rainbows there, but a very poor quality start overall. I don't love that for 12-teamers. For your quality start leagues, fine. 10 for 33 whiffs on the changeup. I mean, really after that first, or really it was a first and then I believe it got worse later. But it was it's the White Sox next. It should be fine. Patrick Corbin returned for the Rangers. I know against the Cubs, 4 innings, 300 runs. Yeah, it was terrible because it's Patrick Corbin. What are you doing? Clay Holmes, 5.1 innings of 4 runs, 5 hits, 3 walks, and 10 strikeouts. What's going on? He actually looked great through 5. Everything was cool, and then he had 2 more runs allowed when he led a walk and I believe a double. Second and third got pulled, and both guys came around to score. But you have a 4-seamer returning 47% CSW, which is kind of cool. But we got 92 mile per hour velocity. It was really cold in New York as well, so I can't really read that. I feel like you just want to throw this one away too because of the velocity, and it's just everything's strange and he's figuring it out. But maybe he is just a hipster, and the Adobe is getting a relative apartment in Williamsburg. I'm just kidding. They're nicer than Clay Holmes, okay? But yeah, he's weird. He is a frustrating pitcher who does not command super well. And that means you're going to have hipster qualities from Clay Holmes. Maybe it's Cherry Bomb where you just hold on and you don't think about it. But yeah, I understand your frustration. I also hate that the weather has just been so bad. Charlie Morton is now the ace for the Orioles. 5 innings, 400 runs, 4 hits, 5 walks, 4 Ks. I know. Maybe it's Kate Povich, I guess. It's not Sugano. It's not Dean Kramer. It's not Kyle Gibson soon. Cody Poteet just arrived. I mean, Zach Eflin's out with a lat injury now. So you lost Grayson, you lost Bradish, you lost Eflin. Oh boy. Don't go with Charlie Morton. Cool. Awesome. Carlos Carrasco against the Tigers, 4.1 innings of 400 runs. Man, he's just trying to go through 5 and 3 runs. He was so close, and he just didn't get there. Kyle Freeland at home against the Brewers, 500 runs and 6.1 innings. Yeah, of course, it's Kyle Freeland. Okay, we have a 3-pitcher run here. Ace is going to be really disappointing. You have 500 runs from Chris Sale, Wheeler, and Paul Skeens. Super strange. And with Sale, it wasn't super cold. It was like mid-50s, and he was down to 93 or underneath that on the fastball, which is a little scary. He had good pitch separation. Everything should be fine. But then with Zach Wheeler, it's like, okay, Zach Wheeler was just weird, and same with Skeens, and we just move on. Don't worry about it. Dylan Cease, you got to just move on to 4 innings of 9 earned runs, 9 hits, 3 walks, and 4 Ks. He was singled out in that first inning. 6 earned runs, bamboozled in Sacramento. But yeah, this is just the life of Dylan Cease, guys. That's it. Sometimes he's just super hittable, and that's it. And that's all we can do. So sorry for everyone who had Dylan Cease. You just got to keep powering through it. And Justin Rabolski, 5 innings of 8 runs. Womp womp. He gets Rocky Road next. He might still actually be with the Wild there. If the Dodgers are going to continue with him, which I think they will because they have Knack, but then, why not just go with Rabolski after that too? Yeah, I think we're okay with that. It's a questionable start. But yeah, that's Justin Rabolski. That's everybody from yesterday. And if you're listening right now and you haven't reviewed this podcast, either if you're watching on YouTube, give us a like and subscribe to it, or if you're listening to it and you haven't given us a rating review, what are you doing? Those are so helpful, and you clearly appreciate this podcast and want it to be successful and stick around forever. So do that simple thing. It goes such a long way. Just a nice review on the Pitcher List Fantasy Baseball Network, or on the individual Plus Pitch podcast feed as well. That would be a huge thing. We have very few reviews there right now, but that is it. So my name is Nick Pollock, and may your BABIPs be low and your strikeouts high.